Welcome, I'll be reacting to The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. This was overwhelmingly requested in the comments, so here we go. All I know is that it's vaguely related to Time Bandits in some way. I will also apologize in advance for any fan noise. I'm really trying, but it's over 100 degrees in California. We have no air conditioning, so random fans come on in the house, on my computer, so I'm so sorry. This reminds me of Tintin. Loved those books as a kid. Here we go! I love the teeth. That is so neat. Save food. Right now we have things like this all over my town, but it's save water, not save food. It's a play? The plot thickens. Uh-oh. Theater company drama. This reminds me of that scene in Gone with the Wind where they pull back on the railroad tracks.
Who am renowned first and foremost for telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
He looks like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Tighter, hold steady.
Are we having a corset scene?
Actors like me. Oh, darling, if you get blown to pieces, come on.
It's like, we have an 18th century movie. There are certain things we must do. Perpetuate the corset myth. Check.
I was blown towards the waiting jaws of a whale of such...
I actually have done waves in a theater production. We did it with silk, and we had these huge pieces of silk, and we'd stand on either side and just... It looked really cool, but it was a lot of work.
This time there is no escape.
Oh, those poor mermaids.
I have learned from experience that a modicum of snuff can be most efficacious.
I kind of want one of those mermaid costumes. We have a pirate festival here, and that would be perfect.
We are supposed to be professionals, and we're trying to stay alive.
This actually does remind me of some times backstage.
As we would have liked one or two little technical problems.
Oh, please don't apologize, Mr. Salt. I'm
Speaking
sure you're
of
doing your
Pirates of the
best in
Caribbean.
trying circumstances.
That's the governor.
The officer who risked his life by single-handedly destroying 6 enemy cannon and rescuing 10 of our men held captive by the Turk.
I only did my best, sir.
Have him executed at once.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, what?
Come along.
This sort of behavior is demoralizing for the ordinary soldiers and citizens.
They're killing off the equivalent of Sharp? He needs to die. Whoever that is. They need more rehearsal.
His Highness the Sultan loved a good wine and could never resist.
What is that dance she's doing?
Characteristics that were...
What is this?
Have a taste. Have it.
Wait, is this the real Baron?
Indignity.
What the devil's going on?
I love the dog. And that's a beautiful hound.
Adolphus. Gustavus.
Are we getting a Don Quixote kind of a story?
This, sir, is the Right Ordinary Horatio Jackson, who just happens to be winning the war and saving the city.
Ah! He's an ass. Only I can end this war. Whatsoever.
Oh. He's fantastic. Oh, flashbacks now.
And if you succeed, you may take from my treasury as much treasure as the strongest man can carry. Agreed.
I can't show you, but I appreciate that all the women here are very normal looking. They're not skinny models. It's quite refreshing.
Torturer's apprentice went his
Yikes.
surrounded by beautiful women all the time.
He's not a bad singer.
Life is hard. And win.
It's like a wisher horse.
Steady.
Hope he didn't drink it all.
Treasurer, allow my friend here to take from the treasury as much as the strongest man can carry.
Alright, who in his group is really strong? I get the feeling he'll just cart all of it out. It's like he has the X-Men. Oh, the hound. Oh. What is that? A Nachtmare? Nice job, kid.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to silence those enemy cannon?
No, sir. No. It's Wednesday.
What? There's another one of those things. Or is it simply death? And she's just come for him.
And I didn't precisely fly.
Is that Uma Thurman?
I merely held on to a mortar shell in the first instance.
She's so young.
Then a cannonball on the way back.
Oh, he made the balloon from their underwear. Hopefully he has some food and water on board. Can he bring Uma Thurman with him? Sally has totally stowed aboard. No!
Ladies and gentlemen, I shall shortly return with reinforcements.
Sally!
Oh, you've ruined everything.
Couldn't he just talk to death? If that's who she is?
We shall receive a right royal welcome.
Why do I feel like he's in trouble? This looks like the Small World ride a little bit.
Nothing ails me. Can you not see that I am at one with the cosmos? Ah.
Did he lose his body? Or did they have a fight? Is this the Queen's place?
Baron.
Oh, most wondrous majesty.
No wonder the head doesn't want to be attached.
If he discovers my head's with you, quickly, quickly, climb into my hair. Oh.
Her body is with the king and tickling her feet.
Yes. No. Oh, no.
Bertold.
You abandoned me here, you swine! And now you come back here just because it suits you after wasting half my life and expect me to follow you to the ends of the earth?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Was that a constellation that just flew by? That's fantastic. It's so imaginative, this whole film. It's like reverse Rapunzel. Who's trying to climb down.
Take it or leave it! I forbid not knowing!
Are those Cyclopes? Are the Cyclopes striking?
To be the volcano of Mount Etna should have been slowed by
Mount
a rising
Etna!
cushion.
One of Hephaestus's forges.
I am Vulcan, the god.
The Roman version of Hephaestus, of course.
We even now are going back to work!
I love that they took them to Mount Etna for this. This is so funny because I almost made a Camp Jupiter joke earlier, and then I'm like, no, I need to stop at the Percy Jackson implications because this has nothing to do with it. And then we get Vulcan. Cabin 9, Cabin 9, Cabin 9.
Would you care for a little fodder, perhaps?
Look at that tiny teacup! As if I needed more reasons to adore Hephaestus. Aphrodite? Is it Aphrodite? Please be Aphrodite. It's the shell! I think it is! Just like the painting. Oh, of course it's Uma. She's the perfect choice.
This is Venus, the goddess.
Oh right, we're doing the Roman names. A diamond?
The diamond. For you, my precious.
Another diamond.
She does get bored of the same thing easily. You have to change it up.
I am.
Sidebar. There's various opinions about the relationship between Hephaestus and Aphrodite. One of the more interesting theories is that they had a fairly open relationship, and while they teased each other, like he trapped her with Ares in a net one time, they actually just had an agreement and is a little bit more poly. I've always found that intriguing as a theory because it takes away this jealous Hephaestus manifestation that a lot of popular media such as this tends to portray him as. And I think, no, that's just not him. From what we can tell in mythology, he was kind of more of an introvert and she's more of an extrovert. So he was a little bit more, well, she does what she does of an attitude rather than her. Then again, I'm biased. I love Hephaestus. And I always get a little bit irritated when I see him as this kind of bumbling, jealous husband as his main purpose, when really he was a brilliant craftsman. And yeah, not the prettiest person in the room, but certainly the most interesting. The waltz was not popular by this point. They would not be waltzing. Unless it's an Olympian dance.
The Baron's kissing your wife.
Oh.
Sally!
Did I excite you?
Here it comes. All through the night.
I can't swim!
Where's Sally? Oh, good. An island in Greek mythology is not necessarily a place you want to go. Oh, that's not an island. That's a sea creature. Yeah, here we go. How are they getting out of this one? Those, Highness, are the shrieking eels. Just like the stage play earlier. They got the mouth open with snuff. Does he have any snuff? What a great set. There's his friends.
There are more important things. Well...
Talk to her. Talk to Death. She's trying to tell you something. There's the snuff. There she blows. Can I just take a moment to say the music in this is just great. He'll be young again. Ah. Yeah, Witcher horse.
Friday the 28th, you surrender. That's 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Those two are working together? Of course they are.
No. You surrender.
Now!
This is like Hazel with Arion. You can do it! Oh dear. Ow. Just like a carousel. I love riding carousels. Don't hurt the elephants. Right, because they're afraid of mice. There's a whole Miss Bianca book about that. That's actually the book where I discovered how neat Rosewater is. Someone push him off. Alright, now it's time for Death to come though. August! Oh no, you don't. Death? Lady Death, can you just push him on your way down? Oh well. It's okay. She's here to help. Well, at least that's a very impressive tomb.
An experience which I don't hesitate strongly to recommend. And so, with the help of my inestimable servants, I defeated the Turks and saved the day.
In fear, there's nothing so destroys a man as ignorant dullness and conformity. Grasp the mantle, grasp the...
I'm so glad he finally got a scene. 'Cause I'm like, why did they cast such a fantastic actor and he barely says a word?
Bucephalus, my Bucephalus.
Severus? That's the name of the horse? They love their Roman stuff here. And daughter. Oh, he fixed it. This was like a much more adult version of Alice in Wonderland. Completely wild adventures, just like the title suggests. It kept tricking me about what's actually happening versus the story he's telling versus the stage play going on. I still don't know what was real and what wasn't. And the great thing about this story is that it doesn't matter. Because the whole point is that logic and reality are not the most important thing. It definitely had the same vibe as Time Bandits. There's an exuberance to both movies that's very rare. And at the end of them, you feel like you can just take on the world. I don't know what to call this genre, but I would definitely put Princess Bride in it as well. What do you call it? I mean, it's definitely fantasy in a way, but it's not regular fantasy like Lord of the Rings and stuff. I'm sure there's a name for it. There's a name for every subgenre these days. So if you happen to know what it is, post in the comments. I know there's various schools of thought on this, but I am a huge fan of mashing mythology together, as long as it's done well. So we had Lady Death, Roman mythology, almost like the Napoleonic Wars going on, Arabian Nights, just... I forget who it was, it might have been C.S. Lewis, who talked about sometimes storytelling is kind of like making a really good stew, where you put all these pieces in, you know, put the best potatoes, the best carrots, the best spices from all these different traditions, and you put them together in just the right combination to stew together, and the result is things like this, things like the King Arthur mythology. You just have to have a really good cook. And we have that here. There were even parts of it that reminded me of really old movies. I'm talking 1900, just when filmmaking was starting. They had these journeys to the moon and just spectacular, almost stage productions. They weren't sure what film was as a genre yet, so they were just trying stuff, throwing things, seeing what stuck. And these films remind me of that early, fantastical filmmaking. Anyone who's watched early movies knows what I mean. This was almost a revival of that turn of the century style. And I think it's well overdue for another one. There are those of us out there that love it. Just throw the rule book out the window and have fun, which is exactly what the Baron was talking about. I can see why this movie got so many requests and is probably on a lot of people's favorite films list. Thank you to everyone in the comments who requested it.